In this video, we will be discussing the 2020 Democratic candidates.
That your children
Office not a
and as president
is no
with two moms
is no end.
But first, let me list off the candidates who did not make the cut. John Hickenlooper, Jay Inslee, Tim Ryan, Eric Swalwell, John Delaney, Wayne Messam, Marianne Williamson, and lastly, Mike Gravel.
In America, we have a common pain, but what we're lacking is a sense of common purpose.
What's up? Amen.
Cory Booker is the 49-year-old senator from New Jersey and former mayor of Newark. He is a proponent of criminal justice reform and ending the war on drugs. Booker has been criticized for being too over the top at times, and he sometimes comes across as manufactured. Booker used to be frequently compared to Obama, but he hasn't quite caught on nationally like the former president.
I know I get criticized. I'm told I get criticized by the New Left. I have the most progressive record of anybody running for the anybody who would run.
You may know Joe Biden, the 76-year-old former vice president and senator from Delaware. In his time as vice president, Joe Biden has become one of the most liked figures in the Democratic Party. Biden aims to carry on the Obama legacy, restoring America's standing on the global stage and ensuring economic security for low-income workers. Biden's often criticized for his age and for not being progressive enough in the modern Democratic Party.
When you run for office at my age, in many ways, your face is your message.
Yeah, well, welcome to South Bend.
Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. Pete. said B. I said B. Pete Buttigieg. Mayor Pete. Pete Buttigieg is the 37-year-old mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and a former naval intelligence officer in Afghanistan. While Mayor Pete is new to the national scene, he has gained momentum because of his youth and small-town persona, which has attracted a lot of media attention. He is a strong proponent of LGBT rights, and if he were to win, he would become the first openly gay president.
I am a candidate for President of the United States of America.
JULIÁN Castro is the 44-year-old former housing secretary and mayor of San Antonio. He served in the Obama administration. Once a rising star in the Democratic Party, he struggled to find relevancy in the Trump era. Castro's main proposals include universal pre-K and Medicare for all.
Like so many of you, it is painful and disheartening to see how much divisiveness is being fomented by those who wish to tear us apart.
Tulsi Gabbard is the 37-year-old representative from the 2nd Congressional District in Hawaii. She is a member of the Hawaii National Guard and served overseas in Iraq. Gabbard is a vocal anti-interventionalist, and she wants the U.S. to stay out of other countries' business, including the wars in Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan. She has also been a strong critic of U.S. regime change policies in the Middle East and elsewhere. She has been condemned by some for being too friendly with Assad, the president of Syria, and she also has a history of taking anti-gay stances and positions, though in recent years she has changed her views on that.
To be here with you today in my hometown, in my home state, to announce that I'm running to serve you as the next president of the United States of America.
Beto O'Rourke is the 46-year-old former congressman from the 16th District of Texas. Beto burst onto the national scene in 2018 when he ran against Ted Cruz for the Senate in Texas. Beto gained many fans and a large following online during this time. This created a large amount of energy as he was the hip, young, new cool guy on the scene. He hopes to take that energy and unite the country in 2020. O'Rourke's main criticism is that he doesn't have a clear policy agenda.
Our anthem calls America the home of the brave. But we don't realize that the lyrics first pose it as a question. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave? It asks, will brave win?
KIRSTEN GILLIBRAND is the 52-year-old senator from New York and a former congresswoman. In fact, when she was first elected to Congress, she was seen as kind of a centrist Democrat. She even had an A rating from the NRA. But now she is one of the most liberal members of Congress. She was the first sitting senator to call for the abolition of ICE, and she is a strong defender of abortion rights. Due to her constant flip-flopping on the issues, her credibility has waned with voters.
Real change never takes place from the top on down, but always from the bottom on up.
Bernie Sanders is the 77-year-old senator from Vermont. He was also a former congressman and mayor of Burlington. Sanders is a self-described Democratic socialist. He was the runner-up in the 2016 Democratic primary. He's also well known for his grassroots support and large amount of small dollar donations. His main issues consist of Medicare for all, free college, and fighting against income inequality. He's been criticized as being too old to run for president. Also, moderate Democrats criticize him for being too favorable of socialist ideologies while condemning capitalism far too much. And also, he only wears 2 pairs of underwear.
I own 1 pair of underwear. That's it. Some of these billionaires, they got 3, 4 pairs.
Truth, justice, decency, equality, freedom, democracy. These aren't just words. They're the values we as Americans cherish, and they're all on the line now.
Kamala Harris is the 54-year-old senator from California, where she also used to serve as the state attorney general. And before that, she was the district attorney for San Francisco. After being elected to the Senate in 2016, she gained prominence as a vocal critic of the Trump administration. One of the major policy proposals for her campaign is a major middle-class tax cut. While Harris is using her formal prosecutorial experience to highlight herself as a progressive prosecutor, she has received criticism from some on the left for being too tough on crime.
In our country, if you work hard and play by the rules, you ought to be able to take care of yourself and the people you love. That's a fundamental promise of America. A promise that should be true for everyone.
Elizabeth Warren is the 69-year-old senator from Massachusetts and former Harvard professor. She's known for having a history of being tough on Wall Street. In terms of policy, Warren focuses on income inequality and reducing corruption in big corporations and the political elites. In general, she describes wanting a fair game with clear rules for the American economy. Her main criticisms are her lack of foreign policy experience and her controversies relating to her Native American heritage, or lack thereof.
We don't let a little snow stop us. We don't let a little cold stop us. Like, are you guys even cold? Tell the truth. Okay.
Amy Klobuchar is the 58-year-old senator from Minnesota and a former county attorney. Klobuchar has served in the Senate for 10 years, where she has built up a lengthy record. Klobuchar launched her campaign in a blizzard, and things got pretty icy from there.
That was my joke.
Before she could even begin announcing her candidacy, she was already facing a report that she had apparently fostered a hostile work environment in which she repeatedly was demeaning to staffers and apparently at one point threw a binder which hit one of them. Despite this, Klobuchar has moderate appeal, which will keep her in the race for now.
Over the last number of years, we have automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Missouri, and Iowa, all states that were swing states and competitive, and all states that went to Donald Trump. So that's the state we're in right now, and unfortunately, I'm here to say things are going to get much, much worse. What we did to the manufacturing workers, we're about to do to retail workers, call center workers, fast food workers, truck drivers, and on through the economy.
Andrew Yang is the 44-year-old former tech executive and founder of the nonprofit Venture for America. He's brought to attention the issues of automation and artificial intelligence and how they could lead to potential job loss. Yang's signature policy is the freedom dividend. This is a universal basic income of $1,000 per month for every United States citizen. Yang is new to politics and has gained a large online following denoted the Yang Gang, and has had over 80,000 individual donations since he announced his campaign. Yang's lack of political experience may be a drawback for some voters, but if the 2016 election proved anything, that may not matter at all. Thank you for watching the Zach and Matt Show.
If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and if there's any candidate you would like us to do a more in-depth analysis of, please let us know and we'll see what we can do. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Please leave a like if you enjoyed.